Yeah, so you came in. You saw I was like looking at like Caleb like highlights.
Yeah.
Is that cheesy?
No. What's wrong with that? Dude, I still like, I mean, it's just like being a pathetic Bears fan. I still sometimes go to 2006 Bears highlights just to like get like a nostalgia about like the last team that was in, you know. It's weird, like the 2011 team, like, or 2010, they made to the NFC Championship, but like, I don't know. I've never really gone back to see those highlights. I just feel like the 06 team was like,
yeah,
I don't know. They actually made it to the Super Bowl kind of thing, you know.
So I randomly when it came across like a Caleb highlight 2025 like last season.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I'm like, man, this motherfucker has like an hour's worth of just highlights.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a walking highlight reel or whatever. And it's great to see, man.
I feel like in all sports and everything, I feel like I do it too. You probably do it. Like, I just feel like, you know how we always like, oh, people keep bringing up his completion. I just, like, especially after we started this page and all that, like what I've noticed is that everyone's a hater now.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Like the world's just full of fucking haters. Like, it doesn't matter what somebody does, like how good they do or something good. Like, you go to a comment section, it's always just people hating, right?
Yeah.
But I almost feel like there's truth to that. Like, you know, you didn't make it until you have haters.
Yeah.
You know, like once people start hating on you, you know you made it, kind of thing. You know.
No, that's very interesting that you brought that up because as I was watching those highlights, you know, I was randomly thinking, I'm like, what was the QB rankings of last year? And I was looking at it, and you know, it makes perfect sense. Like I want you to look at it real quick,
yeah.
And then you can kind of see we can look at this, and you know, we can agree to it, or you know, we can make any modifications.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
See, like, this is my issue with this list already. This list is stupid. Okay, this is already freaking stupid. So how in the world is Joe Burrow number 2 for last season?
That's true.
Like, and I love Joe Burrow. He didn't have a great year. He missed a bunch of games with an injury, and he like had a game where he threw 2 picks that lost the game. So how is he?
Yeah. Okay. So this was posted February 17th.
Yeah. So it was posted after the year. So here, what does it say about Burrow? Despite spending a large portion sidelined due to injury, there's little argument that Burrow was anything short of excellent. See, like, I don't know. Like, I just don't. I almost want to just figure out how do they come up with these.
That is true.
These like grades, because again, like, yeah, and look, Josh Allen 3. Josh Allen had far from his best season. Jordan Love 4. Like, how is Jordan Love? Like, how? What does it say? Where the course he missed some games. I mean, he had a pretty good year, but it wasn't like number 4 total.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Okay, like, I'm sorry. Like, this list is freaking retarded. Like, Dak Prescott's number 5. And, I mean, he had an okay statistical year. The Cowboys didn't win a lot of games. Like, he piled up a bunch of empty numbers. Purdy missed a bunch of games. Like, how is he number 6? That is weird. Trevor Lawrence, I think he improved at the end of the year. 7, I guess, is, like, questionable.
Yeah, so, I mean,
What the hell?
so far, like, Stafford is probably the only one that, in my
that-
opinion, that, like, kind of, like, makes sense here. Everything else is kind of, like...
Like, Drake May's all the way at 8. Darnold's 9. And, like, where's Caleb? And is what? Because his completion percentage is low? Like, what else, like, didn't he do?
Yeah.
He's not even 12th? Like,
Yeah, Hurts at 10.
Hurts didn't even have a good year either. Yeah, where the hell's Caleb?
All right, let's go keep going.
14. Okay, let's see what it says. They have Bo Nix ahead of him. They have Mac Jones 1 behind him. Like, wow, this list is really stupid. When the lights shone brightest late in the game, it was Caleb Williams' time to make magic happen. The second-year quarterback is beyond impressive in the fourth quarter and overtime. Time for the most big throws during the witching hour. Most notably, his game-winning 46-yard touchdown, the highest-graded throw of the year, and one of the just 29 throws. So, like, they said nothing bad about him. Everything is good, yet he's 14th. Like,
Yeah, and then Mac Jones right under him.
what the? Yeah, that's what these things are so subjective, man. You know what I mean? But but again, this is grades on some system that they have.
Yeah.
And based on the system, it falls like that, you know? But like, yeah, if you asked like who are my top 10 quarterbacks right now, like this list would be like far from it. But I think again, this is more of like they have like they're grading it based on some scale that they have. But wow, that's really eye-opening how they have that like a ranking like that.
Yeah.
Really weird. Yeah, Joe Burrow too. Like what?
Yeah.
Allen 3 and Love 4. Like what?
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, Drake May like probably has to be at least five, maybe.
Made like 5 through 8 makes sense, but I think like Caleb should be top 10. Like this is kind of weird. But again, I don't know if this is ranking who they think the best quarterbacks are, or if this is just based on some system that they have, and then based on the system, that's where their rankings fall.
Looking through, I saw like a list of just like statistics, right? So just based off of like just rankings and stuff. So I mean,
this is based on QBR.
Yeah, so this obviously it's not going to look good for Caleb here, just because like
because the problem is they put completion percentage as a big part of it. So like, yeah, look at this. Okay, this is so stupid. Caleb's 16th, so they have C.J. Stroud over Caleb Williams on this list. That makes no sense. Mac Jones, Daniel Jones, Jordan Love number 3. Again, it's just based on like what though? Like
this is all subjective, I guess.
Yeah,
for the most part. But the pattern I'm kind of really seeing is that like Caleb, like that he's not really getting like the respect that he deserves, really.
Yeah, but I think a lot of these are very statistical driven, and where completion percentage could like affect the ranking kind of thing. And so like, again, man, Again, I understand why these rankings kind of exist, and they, it kind of like lends to certain things, but like, I don't know. I prefer like the eye test to tell me things, and I'm sorry, there's no world that I've ever known where Brock Purdy is the second best quarterback in the league. Like this is just, it's stupid.
I think even just on a like kind of just a more practical like question of like who would you pick, right? Like based off of this list. Like Caleb, like I don't know. I mean, yeah, again, like we're biased because like we're
Bears
Bears
like,
fans,
look, they have Patrick Mahomes 6. He didn't even have a good year, and he got hurt. Why is he 6? What?
Yeah.
Even Lamar Jackson's 9. He missed a bunch of games too. He didn't have a great year. I guess I just don't understand. C.J. Stroud too. Yeah, I guess I just need to sometimes just know. But I guess it's just QBR. But again, that's why I said none of these like rankings and ratings are like foolproof.
Yeah.
They're not always telling, and especially when a guy only plays, part of the season, doesn't play the whole year. So
yeah,
like,
that's
what I'm saying. Like, I just don't understand some of these lists, like how they even come up with it or how they do it or anything.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll just leave it at that. But I just figured I'd show you this, or whatever, and kind of, I assume that you'd get a kick out of it and stuff. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Again, like there's not much going on, but I am trying to get a little excited about like the off season and stuff, seeing is that like actual players aren't playing, but we have Ryan Poles who is up to bat, and there's some like kind of news here and there, like Tyson Bagent being traded.
Yeah.
We can and supposedly his value like the Bears are gonna want some like a really good haul for that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna assume they want at least like a 3rd round, 4th round pick for him. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I still think it's good to have a good backup too, though.
No, I think so too.
Obviously, if you get an offer you can't refuse, and I'm already picturing your meme that you're gonna post when I say offer you can't refuse. You're gonna have like the Don Corleone, but no, like yeah, unless you get an offer you can't refuse and you feel like it's like a no brainer to get the pick or whatever you're gonna get. I don't know. I almost feel like you just might as well keep them, and in case Caleb gets hurt or something, you have like a really solid backup.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a fan of Tyson Bagent for sure, and obviously like the fans are familiar with his dad, and like we like as fans, like we like like what he represents and stuff like that. But I mean, I don't know what else. Jawan
Dexter.
Possibly, yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah. What do you think
that
of
there's
that?
teams interested. I mean, I find it a little weird though, because he hasn't played to his potential, but it's just weird to me because I feel like that's a position that we need help in. So it's just weird that we would trade a guy in a position that we need. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like he's been lighting it up, but he's still young and he's improving and he's in a rookie deal. Like, I don't understand why we would trade him when we still need defensive tackle help.
Yeah, that's true.
that one's a little bizarre. The Bajan one I can sort of understand. Who else did I see? Oh, obviously this one's not a shocker. I saw Edmonds is now on the. They've given him permission to seek a trade. So yeah, they're making the moves that we kind of already assumed, and we talked about at the end of the year that some of the guys that they'd be kind of looking to move.
Yeah, and then media is obviously,
they'll always make a big a deal about it more than it should be. Like I told you about the whole stadium thing, right?
Yeah.
All this hoopla, and now it's like I think there was going to be another meeting in Illinois. I don't know if you read it. Like now it might stay here. Like I don't know. It's just
I've basically kind of just
I'm tired of them like trying to like say stuff and like until they actually like agree and they start building a stadium. I'm just not going to buy anything anymore when it comes to that.
Yeah, it's just all over my algorithm and stuff, and I particularly like. I'm just like I'm done with it.
Yeah.
The fans are particularly probably not like they don't fucking care at this point anymore. So I mean, like
I think fans are just tired of hearing about it, and we just want to know where it's going to be already. Like just tell us. Like at this point, like just do something. It's just like there's nothing more annoying than, like I said, billionaires arguing with billionaires about shit. You know what I mean?
That's how I feel.
Yeah. And like everyone who gets screwed is just the regular fans, while these people are like, oh well, I want more tax money or I want this. It's just like, dude, you're billionaires. Just pay for the stadium. You're gonna make money anyway. Like, relax, just pay for it.
And the funniest part is seeing some like headline about how Soldier Field is gonna have a renovation like with or without the Bears or whatever. They're gonna give like $600 million for a renovation for when they leave. Did you read about that?
No, I think it's one of those things where like they, I mean, even if the Bears leave, like they're not gonna tear that stadium down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be used for concerts. It's gonna be used for soccer games. It's gonna be used for college football games. They're still gonna use it, 100%. They're not gonna like just stop using the stadium. I find like but I guess that happens during Bears seasons too. I just say like obviously during the winter time they won't be able to do anything, but not that big a deal.
The other night we were talking about how the Crosby trade is still like kind of looming over all the fans and stuff, and we were talking about how like it's not realistic, Yeah. It's like I think like I don't know. Please help me help the Bears fans put this to rest.
No, I just feel like people shouldn't be like thinking that this is like a for sure thing or like I always just feel like just let it happen. If it happens, we can cheer about it after. But like I'm just done talking about it. Like we've speculated like what it would take to get them, if it's worth getting it. But at this point, like what why do we keep talking about it? Like at this point, like we just got to see if it's gonna happen. And like, I think it doesn't help that he was in like that podcast with Caleb and like, I don't know if you saw, he was Max Crosby. They took a picture of him at O'Hare.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, is he? Like, I'm like, dude, like, but again, it's the media. It's like anything that happens, they have to make a big deal about it or try to sell a story of some kind with it. Is basically what it is. Like, I don't know. To me, like I said, unless I see like a Schefter, a Rappaport, or one of those guys like reporting something like legit, like I'm not going to sit here and like, like overanalyze or overthink it.
The analogy that I gave you recently that we got a kick out of is like basically like telling your dad that like we have, like you can't buy that thing, we have it at home, or we have a
no. It's like, hey, Dad. Dad, can we have Max Crosby? It's like, no, we got Montez Sweat at home.
It's like, no, but I want him. We need him.
It's like, no, they're starving children. We have Montez Sweat at home.
No, well, like ultimately though, I just think like I don't know, like there's the fundamental like just the way of thinking of it, right? It's just not like is it reasonable?
Yeah. Well, here's like my biggest problem with the whole thing is like, look, do the Bears need pass rush help? They absolutely do. Like, would Max Crosby help? Absolutely. If the Bears traded for Max Crosby, would I be happy? Absolutely, right? But like the more I've thought about it, like, and I'd love to hear what other Bears fans think. Like, I feel like the Bears need the most help in the trenches, in the middle. Like the defensive tackles were awful last year. we never got any pressure, it seemed like, up the middle. And so even when we did get pressure with Booker or with Sweat in the corners, when quarterbacks were able to kind of just run away, it was easy because, our linebackers were kind of slow. And, yeah, we never just got any penetration up the middle. So I would almost prefer, again, I know we've talked about Simmons in the past, and it's, I think, been put to bed that he's not on the trade block. So it is what it is. But, maybe down the road he does become on the trade block. Who knows? But I feel like that would be a better fit for what the Bears need. And I feel like if we had that rush up the middle, and if we were more tight up the middle, then I think that maybe we don't need the pass rusher on the edge, because Sweat will do a good job and even a better job if we have help in the middle. And I thought Austin Booker showed some flashes when he came back. So, like, if we got a great defensive tackle, I'd actually be okay with having Booker and Sweat be our edge rusher. So, again, if we get Crosby, absolutely great. But, hey, we may not want to be trying to give up too much draft capital or players to get someone like him. And if you can shore up the defensive tackle spot instead, like, I don't know. I feel like that might actually end up being better than giving up too much for Crosby. But again, if we get him, I don't want people to be like, no, like, if we get him, like, again, I'm not saying you're saying we shouldn't get him, but I'm just saying, like, hey, let's just think twice before we make a big move or trade too much to get him when really we really need more help in the middle, in the trenches.
Do you think we should overpay for something like that?
I don't think so. And again, I know we're gonna have the people who say no, like, hey, this is your one chance, like, go for it or whatever. But again, I still don't know if we're a Max Crosby from winning the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we're a few pieces from that. And if you're going to have to give up too much in order to get him, I almost would rather, like I said, I'd almost rather see him make a couple of moves and even some solid ones, and maybe not that one huge move that costs you a bunch. Because, again, we still have to improve the defensive tackles. I feel like we still, depending on what they're going to do in corner or bringing these guys back, maybe we still need to draft a corner. We definitely need help in linebacker. So there's a lot of needs. And so to give up everything to get someone like Crosby, it's not it's not gonna fix everything else. So, like I said, if we get him, great. But it depends at what price. And yeah, and again, we might be better off taking a different approach in the offseason.
So did you see the news about Trent Williams? So apparently, yeah, like there's standoff going on, and that he possibly might be available. He's a little old, though, right?
He's old. He's old, and beyond being old, like, again, it's not. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a dire position of need, but let's be honest. Trapillo, when he got hurt at the end of the year, it's a very serious injury. He may not even play all of next season, and we don't know even when he comes back what he's going to look like. And as of right now, who do we have at left tackle? I mean, Benedict. Maybe they bring back what's his name, Braxton Jones. I mean, is that what you want to go into left tackle? Here again, this is only me. If Trent Williams asked for a trade, and let's say that the Niners basically just say, hey, we just want to get rid of him, and you get him for a 5th round pick or a 4th round pick, dude, that'd be phenomenal to be able to get someone like that, even if it's just for a year or two, and hopefully Trapillo comes back. But I mean, if it's we want a 1st round or a 2nd round pick for Trent Williams, same thing. The answer is no, and especially because it's even less of a need for the future than those other positions that we discussed before.
I'm a very novice basketball fan. Any questions I have, I come to you. And I've been seeing a lot of articles about this whole Adam Silver with the NBA draft lottery thing, and I don't really have an opinion on it because I don't know, but I think I was just reminded by the fact that it's the same thing as the NFL draft where you tank and then you become the first but entertain me in terms of just like what is actually the NFL, like the NBA
So,
draft, and how
I
does
think
that even like
I think where the NFL and the NBA are a little different is NFL definitely there's teams that tank at the end of the season, especially if there's like a can't miss like first pick overall quarterback or something. But I mean, if there's anything we can say about the NFL is that nothing's guaranteed in the draft. Like how many busts have we seen? Tons of busts.
Yep.
So I feel like it's a little different because with the NBA, there's only 2 rounds, and there's like this year, right? There's 4 stud can't miss players in the top 4. So you have all these teams tanking to try to secure a top 4 pick so that they can land one of these 4 studs, right? Whereas in football, there's 7 rounds. So like, yeah, you can have a top 5 pick, but you again, depending on what player or what needs you have, you do need a defensive player, do you need a quarterback, you could trade down. Like, I just feel like it's a little bit different than the NBA. And I just think that, I don't know. And honestly, like, not to be like a conspiracy theorist, but with the NBA lottery, like, we're never actually seeing the balls, coming out, and all you're doing is seeing people open an envelope and tell you. But it's just like, how does everyone know that it's legit and there's not like funny business happening?
You're like blowing my mind right now because I'm kind of like whoa,
we've
that's crazy.
Like the Bulls, when Derrick Rose was going to come out, the Bulls had like the 9th best chance to get the first pick, and they win it. And he's from Chicago. He comes to the Bulls, so you're like, that's weird. And then you have Patrick Ewing, who's from New York, went to Georgetown. They have the first pick, or they get the first pick when they had like long odds. They get Patrick Ewing, so like it's kind of already happened before, but I just feel like now it's just definitely happening more, and I feel like now that there's more social media and media, you're having people really speak about it. But I think what Adam Silver was really mad at is, I'll let you know since you didn't know, but so you have teams like the Utah Jazz, right? So the Utah Jazz right now have a pick that it's what's called top 8 protected, right? So what that means is that they owe this pick to another team, but as long as it's top 8 protected, meaning if the Jazz finish in the top 8, they get to keep the pick. If the pick falls under 8, it goes to that other team that they traded with, right? So then, of course, they're doing their best to lose as much as possible to ensure that doesn't fall behind the 8th pick. So what happened was they traded for Jaren Jackson, who's a really good player, and he was healthy when they traded for him. But I think what the Jazz are trying to do is they already have a pretty good nucleus of players, but all of them happen to be hurt right now. And then what they're going to do is they're going to secure this pick, and now next year all these guys come back healthy, and they add that pick, and now they can become a great team. So the problem is that the lottery has been incentivizing teams to lose, right? And then the problem is they're either faking injuries with some of these players, or what Utah did, which was terrible, they were actually winning a game after the 3rd quarter, and they benched all of their starters in the 4th quarter and lost on purpose. And so, like, now fans are really being like, okay, this is insane. Like, you're losing a game on purpose. Like, you're benching players that are healthy and are good. And, like, it just looks really bad.
I understand the concept of, like, tanking, right? Like, because you're a shitty team and you want to do better. But that is kind of interesting that you're saying, like, because, like, it's almost like it's almost like it's like totally abusing it, where it's just like, why don't we just tank another year? Even though, like, like we have something going on here,
And I've heard a lot of different like potential things they could do or remedies, and I even heard one about like doing a tournament with the teams that are in the bottom or whatever. But like, I don't know. Here's my idea, and again, I would love, honestly, if people agree with me, awesome, or if people don't agree with me, they can tell me like why I don't like my idea. So my idea is this: do something where at the All-Star break, when the All-Star break hits, right, you what you do is you kind of do this. Okay, so when the season ends, at the end of the season, you have the teams that are in the quote-unquote lottery, right, or the bottom, the teams that are that didn't make the top 8 teams, right, the 9 through the 16, right? So like my take is, what you do is you take the 9 through 16, and based on whoever had the best record after the All-Star break, that team gets the best odds to get the first pick, and it goes all the way to the bottom. And so, like, the reason I say it is it'll incentivize teams to try to win, especially at the end of the season, because even though these are all pretty bad teams altogether, right? But now that they're incentivized to win, all the good players are going to play. You're not going to be benching players. You're not going to be doing shady stuff because you're trying to win. And now once the season ends, you see where the standings are, and now you see where everyone's record was after the All-Star break, and you just do a ranking based on that.
Mm-hmm. I actually like that. I love that idea. Idea.
I just think it's a good idea, and I'm sure like not everyone's going to agree with me, but I just feel like it's something that still goes, okay, these are the 7 or 8 worst teams in the or 6 or 7 worst teams in each conference, and instead of just saying, oh, they had the worst record, they get the best chance, it's no. Whoever, once the All-Star break started, whoever actually had the best record from there to the end of the season gets the best chance, and then it goes down. So it doesn't mean that they're going to get the number 1 pick, but it gives them the best chance, and it incentivizes teams to win. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on it. I don't know. Again,
yeah. I think people will like kind of. I would think that they would, to that plan or to that idea, they would be like, well. Again, like the whole concept is like our team is so bad that we need to like rebuild, and like we don't have anything. We like, what can we do, right? As the worst team in the NBA, mm-hmm. What can we actually do,
right?
And what are the options out there for?
No, but here's the thing. So remember though, when you have the worst record or the worst team, it never, with the lottery, it never guarantees you're going to get the first pick.
That's
anyway.
True.
It's not like football.
That's true.
So my thing is that incentivize these teams to have the best chance of getting the first pick, mm-hmm. by winning towards the end of the year instead of incentivizing losing. Mm-hmm. So that's why I like that idea. But
yeah.
That's just an idea,
Sounds legit to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I saw that, I was very interested to see what you thought about it, because I was like, fuck, like they do the whole like lottery thing where you fucking it's like the ball and stuff.
But the thing is that they're doing the ball and all that behind the scenes. Like no one's getting to see that. So that's why it's like it opens it up for people to question what's going on, really, because all you do is see the actual lottery with people opening an envelope and saying this team has this pick, but you're not actually seeing mm-hmm. them pick the teams. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's like either have the whole lottery process, including picking the balls there. I don't know. It's just kind of weird,
So how would you feel about like just getting rid of like that lottery and just keep having it kind of like the NFL, where it's just like the worst team, and then I mean,
but that doesn't work, because then again, it's going to incentivize losing if the worst record gets the first pick. Mm-hmm. So I think the lottery does make sense as in terms of it's still going to be random, but to me, all these teams keep losing because they want the best chance to get the first pick. But why not have the best chance to get the first pick not be who just has the worst record, mm-hmm. but have it be what team from the All-Star break on of all these bad teams did the best? Because again, now you're not seeing people tank on purpose or bench players that are good because you want to make sure you lose a game kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Ben?
I didn't know any of that was going on, but like I wonder if any of that has to do with gambling too, since gambling has blown up.
I'm sure there's going to be a prop bets.
There's always stuff like that.
Like,
sure.
Like today they were talking about the NBA MVP, and because of the tanking and the what's it called, load management, and guys were missing a lot of games. Like, so the NBA made a rule where you have to play at least 65 games to qualify for any awards or any like accolades. So like right now, there's a couple guys, Shea, SGA, and Jokic, and they've all missed a decent amount of games. So they're the favorites to win the MVP. But they were saying like if SGA misses 6 more games, or if Jokic misses 2 more games, all of a sudden they're not eligible. So like be careful putting a bet on them to win it, because all of a sudden he misses 2 games,
doesn't count.
It doesn't count. Yeah. So
that's interesting.
It's pretty interesting. Yeah. they're trying to do a lot of things to change it, but
Yeah, next week we'll be more prepared for this. But like next week, I want to introduce like kind of clips that we could watch because there's some funny ones. Obviously, we send stuff all the time.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, so I sent you that one where someone clearly like did like a Dennis Rodman AI. Did you watch that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about like like LeBron versus like Jordan.
No, but the funny thing is that they usually start those clips with the actual like interview where he's on ESPN, and those things that he said are real, but then it just somehow keeps going, and then like the voice, you're like, wait a minute, now it's starting to sound like it's an AI. Dude, it's crazy. There's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, and then when I read the comments, it was like, man, this is AI, but he's not wrong though.
Yeah,
And then there was one Club Shay Shay interview that I saw. I forgot who he was interviewing, but he was explaining how like one interesting thing that I completely like went over my head was that just as a Chicago fan base, that like not so much of the impact of Jordan, but like the comparison between Jordan and Rose in comparison, like in terms of.
Oh yeah, I
like,
saw it. It's the Iman Shumpert.
Mm-hmm.
Like he said, like Jordan's the GOAT, and we appreciate everything he's done because he won all these championships in Chicago. But he's just like, but he was like, yeah, Derrick Rose is like from Chicago, like he is Chicago. Mm-hmm. So it was almost like he was trying to say that, yeah, Jordan's the GOAT, but like in people's hearts in Chicago, it's more Rose because he's a Chicagoan. But like, I almost feel like, I guess that's kind of true. But again, I also just feel like it's about the age, right? Like people my age, like a lot of my friends, we were like even questioning like, did Derrick Rose really deserve to have his jersey retired? Like, did he have a long enough career? And it's one of those things where like, do you think it was because he's from Chicago? And it's like, probably. But like, no, I feel like he won the MVP and he was awesome. So I feel like he deserved to get the Bulls jersey retired, right? Mm-hmm. But then I also feel like if he did, there's been other Bulls players that have had pretty damn good careers that maybe they didn't win a championship either, but like they're not retired. But I think a lot of it has to do with him being from Chicago. But like, yeah, like if you're telling me like me, Jordan, or Derrick Rose, like, are you kidding me? Like all day, MJ, And I love Derrick Rose, but it's like I said, I sold my my tickets for that game with Derrick Rose for $1,800. I'm just like, I mean, someone's really willing to pay $1,800 to see that live. Like, okay, go ahead. I mean, I just watched it on TV, and it was,
Yeah, we were watching it together, and it was interesting. It was a little longer than it should have been, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think Chicago was just like looking for like some award ceremony to be
But again, I think it's age demographic, right? Like anyone who's 30 years or younger, they were too young to watch Jordan. So like for them, Derrick Rose is like their hero, So I can understand with younger kids, like the younger generation being more Derrick Rose because that's when they grew up being kids, Like I already was spoiled with watching all the championships and the Jordan stuff and all that. So like Derrick Rose, I'm like, oh my God, we're good again. And then, oh shit, he got hurt. But that's about it. I still got all my Jordan memories,
God, we really, really need someone here about with that the ultimate debate that we've been waiting for, and you're obviously going to give it your all, and waiting. We're trying to find a worthy opponent for you to have this.
Well, and I don't even think I don't think it's a debate, but like here's the thing. Like I would like to have a debate with someone who's my age or close to my age that
is true,
that truly believes LeBron, because I would really want to have a conversation with someone who said, I've watched Jordan his whole career. I watched LeBron his whole career. This is why I think LeBron's better. And I'll be glad to have a, back and forth. But like when it's a young kid, like there's no point in arguing. Like he's seen LeBron his whole career. He hasn't seen Jordan. He just knows the clips. He just knows the Last Dance. And like, to me, like I said, if you didn't grow up and watch him, you just don't know. You just don't.
Yeah. So. And, like, I mean, again, I didn't really watch basketball. I mean, I did watch basketball when Jordan was around, but past that, I didn't watch it. But like, like the impact that he's made. I'm sure LeBron, did his fair share.
Oh, of course he did.
And I think me particularly, it's just the flopping. I just don't understand it. Like I
Yeah.
really, really like hate that.
No,
about
like
the
I said,
sport.
my things with LeBron usually is never about him as a basketball player. He's a unbelievable player, and I don't like him, but he's probably in my eyes the second best basketball player I've seen with my very own eyes. Like I think it's arguable, maybe Kareem and him, in my opinion, for 2 and 3, but I'm not one of these LeBron haters that's like saying, "Oh, LeBron's the 10th best player," or like I'm not that much of a hater. Like, no, he's phenomenal. But at the end of the day, when you've been in the league for 22, 23 years, and Jordan was really only, 14 or 15, and one of them he missed the whole season, and 12 or 13 he was only on the Bulls. He won 6. He basically. LeBron's still trying to catch him in so many different like awards and categories and accolades. Like really, the only thing he has over him is statistics. And again, like it's a different league. Stats are inflated right now, and anyone who wants to talk about that, like we could talk about that too. But scoring is up, stats are up, defense is down, flopping is up. And to your point, he's 6'8", 260 pounds, and he gets touched by somebody, and he's like holding his face or falling to the ground. Like that's the kind of stuff that's just it's kind of annoying.
I don't know if I sent you this one too, where it was like a comparison of like the travels over the years. Like
Oh my
travel
God.
calls. Yeah, so this dude put like a Jordan clip where he like it didn't even look like he was traveling. Like he wasn't traveling.
He didn't do anything,
and then he got called for it. And then it goes to the LeBron clip or like our other players these days where they're like doing 9 steps.
There's one where LeBron literally walks up the court holding the ball like this, not dribbling, like this. And then he dribbles, and the other team's players like, yo, like, do you not see that? And he doesn't even get called for it. It's unbelievable, dude. Yo, you got to pull it up.
Is it?
Yeah, here, rewind it again. Look at it. Look at him.
What the fuck?
Like, isn't that the most clear travel ever? Look at that. Look at the player. He's like, dude.
Yeah. Talk about treatment, huh? That's funny, dude. That's crazy.
I rest my case.